Are you thinking about buying a house in Calgary in the near future and just want to know, is Calgary Real Estate overpriced right now? Just with the increase of price over the last 2 to 3 years, some of my clients are wondering, is maybe this a good time to buy or should we wait? Well, in this video, I'm going to be sharing the reasons why that Calgary house prices have gone the direction that they have, and what's going to keep them going in this direction or not. So if you're thinking about making a move, you'll definitely want to watch this video. This is also my September 1st real estate market update for Calgary, and I'm going to be covering the house prices or the home prices of the four types of properties. So that's detached, semi-detached, townhouses, and apartments. So I'm going to go into a little bit of detail about those, and again, just answer those questions that you may have just about the direction of the overall market. So, and once again, if you are new to my channel, my name is Dean Martin. I'm a real estate agent here in Calgary, and if you want to learn everything about living in Calgary, Alberta, of course, subscribe to my channel, ring that bell. That way you get updated on my very next video. All right, so we're going to get started right after this. Okay, so before I get started, just want to let you know, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. I'm going to reply to those and answer those, or you can reach out to me directly. You can text me, email me. I'd love to hear from you. So, and again, if you like the content, give us a like. It really helps my channel. All right, so the first thing, let's cover why are people choosing Calgary to live. And this is important to understand, is that people are making their move to Calgary because of their choice. Nobody's forcing them to come to Calgary. And so the reason is that I hear from my clients is affordability. So let's take a look at that a little bit closer. So if, let's say you want to be near the ocean and you just had to be there. Well, obviously, like Vancouver, like BC, living along the coast definitely would be a choice. But the next thing is that you got to look at, well, can you afford to live there? And so this is what we're seeing, is that having balance in life, in your lifestyle, has become a real big challenge for people that live in Toronto and live in Vancouver. And so we're seeing the most amount of people coming from these two cities or these two provinces. They're moving into Alberta, and a lot of people, of course, are choosing Calgary. And so we're looking at people just want to have the affordability to have the lifestyle, which includes owning a property or even renting at a reasonable level. And so over the past 2 years, what's driving the prices up in Calgary now is so much demand on our housing that, of course, house prices are going to rise. And the law of supply and demand dictates that as long as this maintains, we're going to see this continue to rise. So if you're thinking about making a purchase in Calgary, I still believe that this is still a good time to buy. I think prices will continue to rise as long as we see this huge demand and again, our supply remains low. Calgary just can't build enough houses to keep up with this, the amount of people that are coming in. So unfortunately, I guess for people that really wish that the prices were lower, it's unfortunate that they're probably not going to go lower. Again, realtors don't dictate the price, it's actually the market. So once again, if you're thinking about purchasing, I recommend that you do. Again, you could rent and just see where prices go. If they do fluctuate, they're probably not going to go down very far. We do see cycles in real estate, but again, we're at all-time lows, and I'm going to go into this more details with some of the graphs as where we are as of September 1st, 2023. And I'm going to jump onto my computer to do that. But if you're, again, thinking of purchasing and not sure, you want to talk about it, I do recommend giving me a call. let's take a look at your specific situation with you and your family. Then I can give you some recommendations on the best places for your budget and for your lifestyle. All right, so let's take a look at some of the facts about Calgary and what's affecting our housing shortage. And this is our demand. So back to our supply and demand, let's take a look at the facts, what's going on. So as you can see here, Canada's population grew by a record 1 million in 2022. And this has been spurred on by international migration. So our government is allowing right now, I believe, about 500,000 new immigrants per year. And so this massive amount of growth is putting not only Calgary into a situation where there's a shortage, but overall in Canada there's a shortage. So it reads here, the new Statistics Canada figures show that the country will add more than 1 million new people in 2022, the biggest one-year population spike since 1957. But while growing population brings new energy and ideas, it comes as Canada struggles with a serious housing crisis. So again, not just Calgary, but overall in Canada, there's a real challenge going on with housing. There was also another article that I was reading. It says Canada retains its position as the fastest growing G7 country. So again, just within the world, Canada is really having a tremendous amount of growth. So as you can see here as well as from year 2000 and then up to 2022, obviously 2022 you can see very clearly was a huge spike in growth. And as you can see here that the future plan for more immigration is like 2023, their target is 465, 2024, 485,000, and 2025, 500,000. So again, Canada is going to experience a huge amount of growth, and they definitely need to deal with this housing issue quickly. So here's a good graph just showing Calgary's growth over the last 5 years. So from 2018 up to the end of 2022, Calgary grew from 1.311 million to 1.413 million. So basically about 102,000 people in that short period of time. As you can see in this graph is based on what the government of Canada wants to do, this is going to continue to go up very steep. So definitely a huge pressure on Calgary housing because of the amount of people that are coming from different parts of the world, and of course in the different parts of actually just our interprovincial within Canada migrations. We'll take a look at some charts here regarding that. So this is a really good chart showing the net interprovincial migration. So this is showing the gains or losses from and to provinces. So again, this is coming into Alberta, and these are the amounts of people from BC. And again, these are the different quarters. So quarter one of 22, and then it goes up to quarter one of 2023. And as you can see, lots of people from Ontario, lots of people from BC, but again, lots of different provinces are making Calgary their new home. So since we've taken a look at the demand, it's undeniable. People are choosing Calgary to be the place they want to live. What's happening to our supply? Our supply is at its all-time low. It's for this time of year, it's very low. And so as you can see here, it's affecting housing, and not only buying a house, but just rentals. Calgary rental prices are climbing faster than anywhere else in the country. And again, that's just because we were, compared to these other larger cities, we were actually undervalued. So what we're seeing now is with this huge demand, our supply of rentals as well as homes for sale and new builds, there's all sorts of pressure, and our supply is very low. So we're seeing that in the rental. Our rental prices are increasing by a lot. So again, this is creating a huge problem for a lot of people that have already been living here. And again, maybe their incomes are in a situation where they have to downsize. What they could afford 2 years ago and what they can afford today is that there's a big discrepancy. And so again, there's a lot of a lot of things going on right now within the government to try to figure out a way around this or to resolve it. And so a lot of families are trying to figure out what to do, where should they live, and affordable housing projects. Of course, Calgary has some of those, but there's just not enough. And of course, they're planning to build, and they are building, but the reality is the demand outweighs the supply by a huge margin, and they just can't build enough houses or housing quick enough to alleviate this problem anytime soon. So I predict over the next probably 5 to 10 years, we're going to see a struggle just with trying to find a place to house all the different families that are coming into Calgary, as well as even into Canada. So this chart is for July 2023, and it's coming from rentals.ca. So as we can see here, Alberta has increased quite a bit over the last couple years, but it's still not the highest in Canada. So if you look at Ontario, even Quebec, and actually Nova Scotia, which I find interesting that it's so high, and of course BC. So now keep in mind, Alberta, if we continue on the path that we are, we're soon to catch up, I think, with BC and Ontario. So this is to be seen. We'll see where it goes. But right now, as you can see, there's a lot of pressure on the rental market. All right, so let's jump into where we are at as of September 1st, 2023 for purchasing a home. Our overall average price now is at $570,700, again, which is year over year 7.9% higher. But more specifically, detached homes are now almost at $700,000. Our semi-detached, $623,200. Row housing, which is townhouses, $413,200. And apartments are at $309,100. So again, these are all brand new records. It's crazy where the prices are going, but again, we just have such a low supply and this high demand. These prices continue to rise. All right, so let's take a closer look at detached home sales. And I really like this graph over here because it kind of combines your inventory sales and what it's doing regarding price. And so this red trend line is the price, the blue is inventory, and green is sales. And as you can see, even last fall we had a little bit of where the prices actually dropped a little bit. Again, there's always a cycle. These are always moving, these prices. And so we again saw more inventory, which again, good sales, but we had more to choose from. And so that slowed down the increase of price. But once we got into the new year, things just reversed. And again, we went up to new rates or new highs for sale prices. And right now, our months of inventory is, again, still very low. And again, what that is, it's how many months it would take to deplete our current inventory with our current demand. So we're sitting out around that 2-month period for detached homes in Calgary. And so this graph here shows the detached sales by price range. So you can see again where most of the homes are selling in what price range. So if you look here, again, this is the 4 years, so 2020, 21, 22, 23, and you can sort of see what's happening. So in that $200,000 to $300,000 range, again, there was some homes, but there's nearly none in, well, actually there was, you can barely see, there's a little bit of red here, but there's hardly anything in that price range. And as you go up, you can sort of see, so the biggest price range that we saw was that 700 to $1 million. So there's a lot of houses that actually sold in that price range as far as detached homes. Okay, so here's our semi-detached homes in Calgary. And as you can see here, same scenario, a little bit of a lull at the fall of last year, but the beginning of 2023, it just took off again. And as you can see, the difference between the inventory and sales, it's very, very tight. And so some people say, well, when will this change? We need to see a bigger change or a bigger gap between the green and the blue. So that's the simplest way to put it. So until we see that, this price will continue to rise. So this is our townhouses and row housing. This is a really interesting graph. So as you can see here, last year we had actually a decent supply in August. And, again, strong sales, but August, we had record sales. So our sales were actually higher than the amount of our inventory. So again, huge amount of pressure in this price range, which is again between it was about 415-ish. Again, our months of supply is like at 1 month or less, so very low. And so this is apartment sales, and as you can see in the graph, once again, a little lull in last fall. Not as much as the other. There was quite a bit of demand for apartments, and that is increasing as we go forward as well. So again, apartments are very popular, not only for people wanting to move here, but it's also popular with investors. So with this tight inventory, we're seeing even the towns, you can see in this article here, towns and cities around Calgary, they're all increasing. So again, if you are looking to maybe find something that's just outside of Calgary, there's less demand, but even though it's strong, it might be a little bit more affordable than Calgary itself. So if you are looking to make a move to Calgary and are open to look at surrounding communities, feel free to give me a call about that as well. I have people on my team that specialize in different areas as well. So again, just feel free to reach out to me, and I'd love to have a chat with you about a potential move to this area. So there you have it. That is my update for September 1st, 2023 for the Calgary real estate market. And if you're thinking about making a move to Calgary and just want to talk to me more about helping you find a home to buy, I'd be more than happy to help you. I do not work with rentals, so don't reach out to me about rentals. In Calgary, realtors don't work with rentals. You'd need to call a management company about that. But if you're looking to purchase, feel free to give me a call, send me an email. I'd love to help you. And again, thank you for watching and have a great day.